Hello, forgot where I was for a second there, guys. Sorry about that. Hello, fellow heroes. Welcome to ATF Internal Training, where we're going to talk to you today about what we define as machine guns. And I know you guys are really excited for this. And I've got some good news. I know that, they make me have Sebastian coming around, but
What's up, guys?
Yeah, hi, Sebastian. I don't know why he's here all the time. Anyway.
I'm awesome.
Yeah, great.
Spectacular.
So I made these slides myself. He had nothing to do with it, but they're still making him sit here because I don't know why. But this should be good this time because he didn't do it. I did it all myself. And, using computers isn't that hard.
Yeah,
I don't know what the big deal is.
You suck.
All right. So let's get going on this presentation here. All right. Wife slap.
What the? Mr. Beazit.
What, Sebastian?
Did you just say wife slap?
No, I said wipe slap because I'm wiping the paper off.
That sounded a lot like wife slap.
I wouldn't say wife slap. That's ridiculous. All right, just be quiet, Sebastian. All right, so what we're going to be going over here is why is everything a machine gun? And the answer to that is simple, because we said so. And I think that really says enough. So let's go to the next slide here, wife slap.
Where are you saying wife slap?
All right, so this slide here says, it's what the law says about what a machine gun is. And to be honest, we just put this in all our letters and everything else like that. But I don't think anyone at our agency has actually read this because it doesn't really matter, because it's just what we determine to be a machine gun, mostly based on what we like or don't like. And that's really how we do things. So you can look at this slide if you want or whatever, but I haven't read it, so I don't know why you would read it. All right, next slide here, wife slap.
What's this?
I'm not saying wife slap, Sebastian. It's wipe slap.
Mr. Beazit, it sounds a lot like wife slap.
Why you keep interrupting? Stop. Just be quiet back there. All right, first slide here, and you might have seen this from our NRA presentation, is these right here are shoelaces. Just normal shoelaces, but get ready for it. Wife slap. Now, it's a machine gun. Wife slap. And this is why it's a machine gun. You see, somebody could take a shoestring and tie these little loop-de-loops here, and then they could pull on this back loop-de-loop, and then it would action the trigger by itself, and it would shoot a little quicker. And so we decided this was a machine gun.
You loop it, swoop it, and pull.
Yes. Loop it, swoop it, and pull.
Loop it, swoop it, and pull.
Yeah, it sounds like some sort of a tagline for a perpetrator. So, all right. So this is why this was a machine gun. And we actually did change our minds on this, but this is just a good example of the types of things that we can make into machine guns, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. This is 100% real. We really determined that shoestrings are machine guns. The ATF really did this. It's just amazing. All right, wife slap.
It's AFT, and oh my God.
This is a drawing. All it is just a little tiny picture on a piece of metal. Just a drawing, nothing crazy. But guess what? Wife slap. Now it's a machine gun. You like that? Huh? We can make anything a machine gun. So I'm going to show you guys the next slide here exactly why this is a machine gun. You ready for it? Wife slap. All right, so here's our reasoning, is you could take the drawing, and then you could cut it out and do all sorts of work to it, and then it could become a machine gun later. Even though it's not a machine gun now, it could potentially become a machine gun in the future, so we said it's a machine gun now, if that makes sense to anybody.
Doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. All right, wife slap. All right, so there's another one. This is a drawing. If you look really closely at this picture, there's a little tiny drawing of a hole right up there above the semi portion there. And that shows the approximate location of where to drill the old felony hole to put an auto sear into a weapon. And so,
Mr. Beazit,
what, Sebastian?
a felony hole sounds very inappropriate.
Well, it is inappropriate. That's why it's called a felony hole.
It sounds kind of dirty.
Okay. All right. So felony hole right there. Even though the hole's not there, we've determined that just like drawing the picture of the hole is the same as having the hole. So that makes it a machine gun because we said so. All right. Wife slap. Yep. It's a machine gun. See it? Told you it was a machine gun. Wife slap.
Mr. Beazit, there's nothing on this page.
Well, I had a picture here. I don't know what. This is Sebastian. Sebastian, I know you. This is your fault somehow.
No.
We'll talk about this after the class. Just next, wife slap. All right. So here we have a stock. This is, somebody thought they were being clever with this stock. They think it's just a regular stock. But guess what? You know what's coming. It's a machine gun. And guess why it's a machine gun? Here comes the next one. Wife slap. Yep. Your favorite guy. We actually determined that bump stocks weren't a machine gun because they don't fall within the legal definition of a machine gun. But then Trump called us and said it was a machine gun. So we said it was a machine gun. And that's our actual reasoning for it being a machine gun. So, yeah. Wife slap. All right. So here's a new one that's been coming out. And this is the rare breed trigger. And these guys thought they were being really clever. They made this trigger to follow the law, despite, us not really liking that. They made it to the letter of the law, follows the law. Technically, one action of the trigger releases one round from the weapon. But guess what? Yep, it's a machine gun now. And you're going to find out exactly why it's a machine gun. Wife slap. Here's our letter. And as you can see in this letter, this is a thing of absolute beauty. First, we quote the law. You can see us quoting the law right here. And then, right afterwards, without giving any reason why it should be a machine gun, we just say, it is a machine gun. And that's what's great about working for the ATF. We can do this sort of thing. And you guys are really in for a wonderful career here. All right, wife slap. All right, so now the question is, do any of the items in the slideshow meet the legal definition from earlier? And the answer is we don't know, and we don't care. As you saw in the previous letter, we can just determine things are machine guns.
You skiddly do it.
Skiddly do. We skiddly do all the time. That's the only thing Sebastian ever does right, is he does a skiddly do every once in a while, except for when he messes it up and I have to go back and change things. All right, so wife slap. All right, so what do the courts think about our definitions? Well, there's been some cases that have gotten into this sort of thing, like Thompson Center versus the ATF and, Prince versus the ATF. And they've basically all said that, a drawing can't be a machine gun that was in Prince, or can't be a receiver, and that an NFA item isn't made into an NFA item until it's made into an NFA item, despite the ability to make it in there. So that would kind of negate our other things about drawings and these other issues. But guess what? We don't care. Wife slap. All right. So that concludes our presentation. If anybody's got any questions, not you, Sebastian, anybody else? Okay. No questions. So go forth and arrest anyone you please. And don't worry.
Mr. Beazit, why do all these guys look just like you?
I don't know. We do the same training. That's just how it works. So go
like
forth.
Weight regiment?
What?
Workout plan?
Workout
Meal plan?
plans. That's what it is. That's what it just is what it is. So don't worry if your criminals have done anything or not, because if you want to arrest somebody, we can just determine that something they own is a machine gun. So go forth and get you some perps, guys. And that's all we got.
That's all, folks.